Friendship and enmity of planet is very important because it is only friendship and enmity which distinguishes between a normal planet and a good planet. Why I'm saying so? See, exalted planet, own Rashi planet, Multrikon planet, Vargottam planet is a good planet. Debilitated planet is a bad planet. Combust planet is a bad planet. Planet which goes into planetary war is a bad planet. These things we know. Apart from that, the planet in neutral Rashi, the planet in friendly Rashi, inimical Rashi, very friendly Rashi, and very inimical Rashi is not given much importance in predictions generally. But what I have seen that very successful people are not very successful because they have a lot of exalted etc. planets. But they are successful because they have a lot of planets in friendly and very friendly Rashis. So here there are two, three things are new. First of all, the concept of neutral Rashi is something that we will learn. Friend and enemy we know, right? But great friend, Ati Mitra, great enemy, Ati Shatru we will learn. And we will also see many a times, you see, for example, when people see, take example, horoscope, Venus, Saturn in one house, same house, conjunction. This case, we generally take it as a good combination, but you see in experience, it is not a good combination. Why it is not a good combination? Anyone will say that Venus, Saturn are connected with each other and they are friends, so it should be good. But it is not. Why it is not? Because Venus, Saturn are otherwise friends, but being in the same Rashi, they become temporary enemies. So friend from one side, enemy from another side, now they become neutral. And because they are neutral, now the result is dependent on the Rashi, the result is dependent on other influences. So such small mistakes one does in analysis. And how to eradicate that? That you eradicate through Panchadha Maitri. And this Panchadha Maitri is what we are going to know about today. For this Panchadha Maitri, first of all, Maitri means friendship. We have to understand how many types of friendship are there, right? And how this friendship is decided. So friendship between planets, right? Based on this friendship, etc., the results are decided, right? So friendship are of two types: permanent friendship. It is called permanent because it is permanent for each and every horoscope, right? So Sun is friendly to Mars, it is friendly for every horoscope. Then there is temporary friendship. Temporary friendship is called temporary because it changes horoscope to horoscope, it changes time to time. Because it is temporary, it is called temporary. Okay, regarding permanent friendship, how to decide it? For this, Mula Trikona Rashi is very important. So first of all, know the Mula Trikona Rashi for planet. For Sun it is Leo, for Moon it is Taurus, for Mars it is Aries, for Mercury it is Virgo, for Jupiter it is Sagittarius, for Venus it is Libra, for Saturn it is Aquarius, right? And for Rahu Ketu it's no Rashi. So for permanent friendship enmity, what we do, we make a horoscope from the Mula Trikona Rashi of the planet, right? So take example Sun, make a horoscope from the Mula Trikona Rashi of Sun, that is Leo. Now, any planet who is lording the third house, the sixth house, the seventh house, the 10th house, and the 11th house is enemy. Planet lording other houses are friends. Now we know that except for Sun and Moon, every planet owns two Rashi. So out of two Rashi of planet, and for Sun and Moon, only one Rashi. So Sun and Moon are either friends or enemies for a planet. They are generally not neutral, right? Because they own one Rashi only. For planet who owns two Rashi, if one Rashi is friendly and one Rashi is inimical, the planet becomes neutral. If both Rashis are friendly Friendly means if both Rashis go into friendly house, the planet is a friend. If both Rashis goes into an inimical house, the planet is an enemy. Simple concept. So while doing the analysis for Sun, you see one Rashi of Venus, Libra, and another Rashi of Venus, Taurus, both goes into inimical Rashi. So for Sun, Venus is enemy. The Rashi of Saturn, Capricorn, and another Rashi of Saturn, Aquarius, both goes into inimical Rashi. So Saturn is also enemy. Regarding Mercury, one Rashi of Mercury, that is Gemini, goes into inimical Rashi, but another Rashi, Virgo, remains into a friendly Rashi. So for Sun, neutral planet is Mercury. And regarding friends, the Rashi of Moon goes into friendly Rashi only, so Moon is a friend. The Rashi Sagittarius and Pisces both go into friendly houses, so Jupiter is also a friend. And the Rashi Scorpio and Aries both goes into friendly Rashi, so Mars is also a friend. This way, natural friendship enmity is decided. So I can write a list for you. Friend, neutral, enemy. As we have just seen, for Sun, friend is Mars, Jupiter, and Moon. Neutral is Mercury, and inimical is Sun, Saturn. Sorry, Saturn and Venus, not Sun, Saturn. Sun is the planet itself that we are considering for Sun. For Moon, see, Sun and Mercury are friends for Moon. Right, calculation you can do yourself. I have already done the calculation, so I'm just writing it for your ease. All other planets, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus are neutral only, right? Moon have no enemy. Natural enemy, no natural enemy for Moon. With regard to Mars, Sun, Moon, and Jupiter are friendly to Mars, right? Venus and Saturn are inimical to Mars. And eventually Venus and Saturn are neutral to Mars, and Mercury is inimical to Mars. Right? I am writing it in front of enemy, right? So writing will tell you what it is. For Jupiter, Sun, Moon, and Mars are friendly. Then for Jupiter, Saturn is a neutral planet. Yes, for Jupiter, Saturn is a neutral planet, and Venus and Mercury are inimical planets for Jupiter. For Venus, Mercury and Saturn are friendly planets. Mars and Jupiter are neutral planets. And Sun and Moon are inimical planets. And finally, for Saturn, Venus and Mercury is a friendly planet. Jupiter is a neutral planet. And Sun, Moon, Mars are inimical planets. This is the setup for every planet. This is found using the Mulatrikona method I have just taught you, right? This is permanent friendship. Permanent friendship. This is static for every horoscope, same for every horoscope, right? Then comes temporary friendship. Now regarding temporary friendship, this have to be seen into every horoscope separately. So any planet who is situated in second house from the planet, situated in third house from the planet, fourth house from the planet, 10th house from the planet, 11th house from the planet, 12th house from the planet is friends with the planet. Planet situated in the same house with the planet, fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, eighth house, or ninth house from the planet is inimical planet. Right? In this, there is no neutral. Now, adding both of this list, permanent and temporary, is made Panchadha friendship, right? I will also give you an example. So, permanently, if the planet is friendly, and temporary also the planet is friendly, the planet becomes very friendly. This is called Adhi Mitra, right? Adhi means very, Mitra means friendly. Adhi Mitra. If from the permanent relationship the planet is inimical, temporary relationship also the planet is inimical. This is very inimical. This is called Adhishatru. These are two setup. Now the point is, if the planet is friendly from the permanent setup or inimical from temporary setup, or if the planet is inimical from the permanent setup and friendly from the temporary setup, what happens? Two different forces come to play. This planet becomes neutral, right? This is called Sama, right? Sama Rashi, neutral. Now, in temporary friendship setup, there will be only friendly or inimical planet, but in permanent setup, there is also neutral planet, right? So, if the planet is neutral from the permanent setup, but friendly from temporary setup, it becomes only friendly, right? This is Mitra. Not very friendly as in Adhimitra. Or if the planet is neutral from the permanent setup and inimical from the temporary setup, then the planet becomes inimical, which is called to be into Shatru Rashi, right? This is a deeper way or more in-depth way to look at planet friendship and enmity, right? So this we will do in an example horoscope. This was horoscope of Sanjay Gandhi itself, right? So let's do in the horoscope of Sanjay Gandhi. Which planet are friendly and which planet are inimical? So a list have to be made. For any planet, a list can be made, right? So I will make a list for Sun. For other planets, I believe you can already do. Very friendly, friendly, neutral, inimical, very inimical, right? For Sun. Sun is friendly with Moon. But here Moon is also situated in 10th house from Sun. So friendly, permanent friendly from Moon, temporary friendly from Moon. Moon is very friendly. From Mars, Sun is friendly to Mars, permanently friendly to Mars, and Mars is in second house from Sun also. So permanent friendly and temporary friendly, both it is. So Mars is also very friendly. Jupiter, Moon is permanently friendly to Jupiter, and here Jupiter is in 12th house from Sun, so temporary friendly also. Moon, Mars, Jupiter, all three of them are very friendly to Sun. Right? There is no friendly planet to Sun as such. Sun is neutral to Mercury, and here Mercury is situated with Sun itself in the same Rashi. So neutral plus inimical will become inimical, right? So Mercury is inimical to Sun. Sun is also inimical to Venus naturally, but here is temporary friendly to Venus because it is situated in 12th from Sun, right? So natural enemy but temporary friend. Natural enemy, temporary friend becomes neutral, right? So Venus is neutral. And eventually comes Saturn. Saturn is naturally inimical to Sun, and here it is situated in 9th from Sun also, which is temporary inimical house as well. So naturally inimical and permanently inimical and temporarily inimical. So Saturn is very inimical for Sun. This way, calculation for all the planets are to be made, right? So I have just given an example for Sun. For every planet, the calculation should be made. That I believe you can do easily, right? This one example will be sufficient. So now let's come to the uses. See, there anything that is there in astrology will have multiple uses, right? First of all, there is uses in analysis of horoscope. Secondarily, there will be uses in Dasha. Then there will be analysis, there will be uses in remedies also. With respect to analysis, we know that there are relationship between planet. In this relationship between planet, you see a planet generally will be aspected by planets situated in 7th house only. For Jupiter can be placed in 5th or 9th house also. Mars can be situated in 4th or Mars have 4th house, 4th, 8th aspect also. Right. So 4th aspect Mars will put from 10th house, 8th aspect it will put from 6th house. And Saturn can be situated in 11th house and 4th house also. From there, they will put special aspect as well. So from aspect, there will be relationship. Through exchange, there can be relationship between planet. In case of combination also, the planet can form a relationship, and aspect of dispositor will also form a relationship. Now we have to keep into mind what type of planet it is. 80% of the case, a planet which is situated in 7th house will be naturally inimical only. Now, if the planet is a natural enemy also and situated in 7th house, for example, Saturn from the 7th house aspecting the sun, Saturn is natural enemy and natural enemy and temporary enemy also. This is very inimical aspect. This is very destructive. Right? Because see, neutral condition is sama condition, right? So neutral condition, you say planet is 50% good. Then comes inimical Rashi. Here the planet remains only 40% good. Then comes very inimical Rashi. Here the planet remains 30% good only. Right? Then you say there is debilitation. Debilitation planet remains 20% good only. Right? Then there is debilitation plus combustion. If it is the case, it is 10% good only. And if there is debilitation plus combustion plus planetary war, then planet is not good at all. Right? This setup if you make. Right? So if when the planet becomes very inimical, it becomes more destructive to the aspecting planet, right? Because it is 30% only. In this particular way, this have to be understood that how much damage or how much good the influencing planet is doing, and to find that properly, you will have to do Panchadha Maitri. This is called fivefold relationship. This complete setup, including the natural friendship and temporary friendship. This you have to do. In the case of exchange also, right? Though exchange is primarily seen with respect to the houses where the exchange is happening, but certainly exchange between two inimical planets is not very good. So in the case of exchange, in the case of combination, in the case of aspect of dispositor, you have to see, right? Because any planet getting influenced by a very inimical planet becomes very disturbed and produces very bad result. On the other hand, any planet being influenced by a very friendly planet is better, more better than a planet which is only influenced by just a friendly planet, right? So one more level of extreme it adds into the analysis of the horoscope, which is very, very important. As I told you, people who are very, very successful in life, they generally have more very friendly planets in horoscope as compared to any other criteria which occurs repetitively in horoscope of successful people. This you will have to keep in mind, right? This is one thing, right? So when looking at the relationship, and I gave you an example of Venus also, right? So Venus Saturn, when they are situated in the same Rashi, people will think that it is a good combination, but it is not. In fact, any two planets who are friendly, when they are situated together with each other, it is not good at all. Say Sun Mars, Sun Jupiter, they are friends, but situated in the same Rashi, they will become temporary enemy, right? So the result will be neutral only. And if the planet is conjoined with inimical planet, then they are naturally inimical and temporarily inimical also. It becomes very, very problematic. So while analyzing the horoscope, this is very important to be kept in mind. Say, for example, if Venus is being aspected by Saturn from 11th house from Venus. So here what is happening? Saturn is situated in 11th house. It is permanent friendly also. It is temporary friendly also. This is very friendly influence. This is very, very good. If Saturn is situated in 4th house from Venus, from where he is putting 10th aspect on Venus, it is naturally friendly, temporary friendly, very, very good it is. Right? So in this scenario, you should say that 3rd and 10th aspect of Saturn is very good for any planet, because even for Sun, you say for Sun, Saturn is permanent enemy, but being situated in 11th house from Sun or 4th house from Sun, from where it will aspect, it will become temporary friend, right? So at best, it will become neutral. So you should say that rather than 7th aspect of Saturn or conjunction of Saturn, 3rd and 10th aspect of Saturn is very good. With respect to Jupiter, this is not the case. Jupiter will put a special aspect, say 7th house to every planet will become inimical only. Right? So 7th house we have discussed earlier. Regarding special aspects, see, Jupiter will aspect from 5th house and 9th house, which is already an inimical house. So if Jupiter is aspecting his friend, right, for Jupiter, friends are Sun, Moon, Mars. If Jupiter is aspecting Sun, Moon, Mars from 5th house and 9th house, he is naturally friendly, but temporarily so he is inimical only. In this case, the result is not so good because it is neutral. For inimical planet, right? Jupiter is inimical to Venus, Mercury, not inimical to Saturn. To Venus, Mercury, it is inimical. If it is aspecting Venus, Mercury from his 5th or 9th aspect, then he is naturally inimical, temporarily inimical. It is very problematic, very destructive. With respect to Mars, Mars can aspect from 10th house and Mars can aspect from 6th house. When Mars is aspecting from 6th house, 8th aspect of Mars, it will be. For inimical planet, it is very bad, right? Mars is inimical to Sun, Moon, Jupiter. Sorry, Mars is inimical to Mercury. So when Mars is putting 8th aspect on Mercury, it is naturally inimical and it is temporarily inimical also. This is very destructive, right? When Mars is aspecting friendly planet from his 8th aspect, right, Sun, Moon, Jupiter, in that particular scenario, it's not that great aspect because though it is naturally friendly, now it became temporarily neutral. Right. Mars will put his 4th aspect while being situated in 10th house from the planet. So for the friends of Mars, Sun, Moon, Jupiter, it is better to have 4th aspect of Mars, which is from the 10th house, rather than having 8th aspect of Mars, which is not very good. In this way comes a lot of variations in relationship between planets, which is very important to be seen in analysis of horoscope, because a planet which is very friendly is better than friendly, and a planet who is very inimical is worse than inimical planet, right? So while doing the analysis, this principle you will keep in mind, because this is the mistake. As I told you, this is the mistake 80% of the people do. They will say Saturn, Venus are situated together, oh they are friendly, good results will be there, but it is not, right? So whenever talking about these things, Panchadha Mitra you have to keep in mind, and most important uses comes in Dasha Antardasha. Natural friendship enmity is already there, right? So you see, when you see Dasha principles, when you read Dasha principles, you will read that when the Dasha Antardasha is of two friendly planets, the Dasha is good. When the Dasha Antardasha is of two inimical planets, it is bad. It is generally told the principle holds true also. Right, but this is more or less same for everyone. So Venus Dasha, Saturn Antardasha, Saturn Dasha, Venus Antardasha, generally good results are only there. But this depends on their situation also. Certainly a weak and afflicted Venus will not be able to produce good results. This we all know. But putting Panchadha relationship into it, putting temporary friendship enmity into permanent friendship enmity makes the analysis even better. Why? Because it is based on personal horoscope, it is based on the time. So say Mahadasha and Antardasha of two very friendly planets is very good. Mahadasha Antardasha of two normal friendly planets is good. Mahadasha Antardasha of neutral planet is mixed result. Mahadasha Antardasha of two inimical planets is bad, but mutual Mahadasha Antardasha of two very inimical planet is very, very problematic. So in Dasha Antardasha, it is very indispensable tool also because it is dependent on the personal horoscope. So Dasha Antardasha, you don't do without using this principle at all. And only because of Dasha Antardasha is it is important to calculate very friendly and very inimical planets of all the 7 planets in the horoscope. Certainly for Rahu Ketu you cannot calculate it, because with respect to planets connected with each other, you can also calculate it only for the planets who are connected and not for the other planets. But I always strongly recommend doing all the calculations, because as you do all the calculations, you get even more greater insights into the horoscope, right? And lastly, and most importantly, because from analysis only you go to remedy, right? When you see there is a bad connection, bad influence in the horoscope, only then you go and try to decide the remedy, right? So standard example that I was taking, Venus Saturn combination. If you take that, okay, they both are friendly, they are situated with each other, they do not need a remedy, you do not do the remedy, certainly there will be sufferings in marriage, right? So you have to understand that though Venus Saturn are friends towards each other, but because they are situated in the same Rashi, now they have become inimical, and friend inimical, it is neutral only. And if the Rashi is bad, or if other malefic factors are influencing the combination, it certainly needs a remedy, and we have to do the remedy, right? So while deciding the remedy also, it is very, very important to do the remedy of the planet who is influenced by a very inimical planet, because enemy, what does enemy do? As I always say, enemy creates obstruction and hurdle. So when a planet is influenced by an inimical planet, while realizing the result of the planet, while realizing the result that the planet have promised, while the result of the planet is about to fructify, there are obstructions, there are obstacles, there are hurdles. And if the planet happens to be very inimical, if the planet is influenced by very inimical planet, then while the result of the planet is being fructified or being realized, great troubles and obstacles will come. And as we know it beforehand from this particular analysis, only then we will go to do the remedy, right? So this is very important factor which you should keep in mind. I believe you should keep this in mind. Anytime you are going to analyze a horoscope, friendship, enmity, you are going to take into consideration. Always take fivefold relationship into consideration. Never forget very friendly, very inimical planet, because it is very, very important. Thank you.